Hello, and welcome back to Paranormal NL Podcast. That's PNL Podcast for short, located in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. I'm your host and founder, Jen Noseworthy. Thank you for tuning in to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans and 105.3 FM on that Gulf on UPRNTalkRadio.com. Watch and listen to PNL Podcast every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern with a YouTube live chat watch party with me, your host Jen, and a few BOG team members. Now, for tonight's mystical, metaphysical episode on UPRN segment number 94, I've got a special guest waiting backstage from California and a co-host waiting backstage from North Carolina. Now it's time to grab your favorite beverage, grab a few metaphysical munchies, and get ready for that show tonight. Paranormal NL Podcast is sponsored by the BOG team. It's a boots-on-the-ground BOG team doing historical paranormal investigations in Newfoundland, Canada. If you find yourself coming back to the show and you like the content, smash that subscribe button. Gratitude, folks. It all helps. Grab your PNL Podcast and BOG team merch at TeePublic on our link tree, Paranormal NL Podcast. Now, all BOG team music heard in the intro and exit is available for download and use in all social media and streaming music platforms. PNL Podcast believes in supporting international paranormal networking and highlighting global paranormal people, places, and things. Now let's get on with the show, but I want to give a shout out to, I think, who introduced me to tonight's guest. I want to give a shout out to PNL Podcast Alumni Network member who was on PNL Season 3, Coley UFO from SNX Radio. Now we're going to bring on the stage our co-host here. We've got Mr. Rob Shelsky. Welcome, Rob.
Hello there.
So to the folks listening around the world, you want to give a shout out to yourself, Rob, on who you are again?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I'm a MUFON field investigator, or was for 3 years. I have investigated UFOs and the paranormal for about 25 years now, total. And I write a lot of books, and I really enjoy anything to do with the paranormal, cryptids. Oh, and by the way, I have to say, I love your introduction. It Reminds me of the Goonies, that sailing ship in the sea. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. And also Pirates of the Caribbean.
Now we've got our guest tonight. Let me take her off mute. Bring her on the stage. We've got Miss Miya from California, Miya Starfire. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Nice to see you on the show.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Now, I gave a shout out earlier to Coley. Do you want to give Coley a shout out too? I don't think I got a picture of her handy, but
yeah, shout out to Coley Weber, Coley UFO from SNX Radio.
Woohoo! How did you guys meet?
I just started to show up in her chats and, was there pretty regular. And then one day I was like, hey, I've experienced some stuff, and I sent her some videos and some pictures, and then she asked me to come on, and then one thing led to another, and I'm up there co-hosting with her. So it's been really, really fun because I'm pretty new to this whole community. So she's really allowed me to get introduced to some really, really great people.
Yeah, you guys put off a great show together.
Yeah.
So tell the folks listening around the world a little bit more about yourself. I got to say, you might hear in the background my cat saying hello a few times.
Oh, that's okay. You'll probably hear mine too. I just have to let the dog in too. It's like the wild, wild west over here. Yeah, I'm Miya Starfire. I'm a paranormal experiencer and a ET contactee. I'm a healer, been a massage therapist and an energy healer for the past 27 years. And yeah, I'm just here being human, trying to keep it together lately.
Now, you do a lot of energy healing. What got you into that?
When I went to my first massage therapy school, the lady I took the class from, it was up here in Northern California, and she was very much into metaphysical energy work as well. And so I had my first class through her with polarity healing. So
nice. Mm-hmm. And you're also an experiencer. Is there anything that you want to talk about with your different experiences?
Yeah, well, my skies have been wildly active. Most people who experience this, it comes and goes and ebbs and flows. But for the past year, it's been consistent. And man, they've been showing me some really, really wild things lately. I actually was shown some kind of sacred geometry somehow projected into the sky about a week ago. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, my days have been really flowing in together, so I kind of get lost. But yeah, they seem to be completely aware of when I'm there. Sometimes I would even say that they answer me. I'll think of something and I'll get like a flash in the sky. And that doesn't just happen every once in a while. It happens all the time. So it's so consistent that it can't be a coincidence.
Are you doing the CE5, Miya?
Something similar. I don't call it CE5 because it's not the same exact protocols, but I do go out in a very high frequency state. I'm very rarely go out when I'm in a bad mood or anything. But what I like to do is play music, and they seem to respond to music being played. So yeah.
Now, when you excuse me, do you play it on some sort of a loud speakerphone, or how do you?
My phone. Okay. Yeah.
And they respond with lights, or how do they?
Yeah, flashing. And they'll dance in the skies. They'll make shapes. Lots of triangles. And I've been watching up on this one guy has I forget what it's called. It's like a phenomenon where 3 of them are making triangles everywhere, and I forget what it's called. I'm so sorry. But there's lots of triangles. They made an X for me. They made the constellation of Taurus, so the Pleiades. Yeah, they usually fly in pairs or, 3 or more. Very rarely will it just be one floating across the sky.
Is there a certain time?
I'm sorry. I just have to interrupt. What do you mean they fly in pairs?
So, like, if instead of just one orb or craft, I'm not going to try and say that I'm an expert because I'm not. So I don't know if they're organic. I don't know if they're metal. But mostly they fly like 2 or more together, and they'll brighten up and power up and then disappear. It's not like it's just a satellite going across the sky. Because I am aware that there are other things in the sky, but these are very different.
Do you think you have a relationship with them, like they recognize you?
I do. I consider myself I think most of us are more than just human. So I think that my DNA maybe has a little bit of star lineage in it. So, but I think that that's most of us. I doubt that many of us are actually just pure human DNA. But that's my opinion. So,
do other people in your family have experiences too?
Well, my family was very religious, so everything was a demon. That wasn't Jesus. Towards the end of my grandmother's life, she did start to open up with me about how she was seeing shadow people in the house. And she was very like clairvoyant, but she dumbed it down because, again, like, that's the devil's work. It's not supposed to be something that humans are able to do. But she would know things before they even happened, know things about me before I even knew them. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like when people don't understand things or can't explain them, they kind of, use the D word, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the W word, especially if they're female.
Yeah.
Which is, there's a holdover for ages,
And there's duality in all things. This is Earth. So there's good and bad in everything. I don't think that everything I see is entirely benevolent. I think that there's a malevolence and benevolence in everything. So
you keep answering the questions before I ask them. Even I was going to
right. All the questions Rob's going to ask.
I'm sorry.
No, but I believe in that too. Good and evil. The white and the dark. But is there any certain things that you remember in particular about your experiences?
They kind of mesh in together sometimes. A lot of it's just more of the same, which is always very exciting. I'm never like, oh, there they are again. I'm out there almost every night.
Is there a certain time of night that you go out, or on a full moon, or do you notice certain times?
Yeah, so the time has changed, and it changes with the time of year. Okay. In the summertime, it's between like 11:30 and 1, sometimes 2. I know that's late, but I'm a night owl. In the winter, when the sun goes down sooner, they come out sooner. So it's between 7:30 and 9:30. And they also changed what side of the sky. So right now they're way up in the north where I started to first see them, which was last summer. And then during the winter, they were over into the west every time. And they kind of lead me. Like if it starts to slow down, I have noticed like a big bright one that's probably lower. I'm not going to say I know for sure because I don't. Will like be bright all the way over to where they are currently at. And they did this last time when they were moving to the west to where I could see them. That same kind of thing kind of led me over there. So I think they're just trying to tell me so that I'm not looking in the wrong part. Like, where are you?
Do you ever get any words or anything from them? Or is it just visual colors and shapes?
I get a lot of inner knowings that couldn't possibly come from me. One of the very first times I started to see the super high activity, I did hear, go outside, or turn off the porch light, go outside and look up. And so I did. And 3 things that were shaped like stars. I say shaped because they look too cartoonish, were very, very low. And it almost looked like 3 shooting stars shooting together from the top of my house into the trees, came flying across. And it was like, okay, that can't be fire. That can't be a shooting star. It's way too low. And also wouldn't have caught the trees on fire. So I think it was maybe some kind of plasma. But once I saw that, that's when I started to look to the north and then saw the super high.
What was your most profound experience? Is there one that really stands out to you that, above all others?
It was probably, the geometry, that was profound because it was there for 30 seconds. It wasn't like a flash. It was something I could sit there and look at and inspect. Like, what am I looking at? But I was so amazed by it that I didn't even think to get my camera out because I was just trying to take what I was seeing in. I think
do you think that was a reflection of ley lines on the ground, perhaps, from the Earth reflecting the sky?
I don't know. That's
triangles. Because if you look at ley lines, they kind of segment them into triangular things. I wondered if that was maybe what you were looking at.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point because it wasn't like one I've ever seen. It wasn't like, the regular patterns, the flower of life or anything like that. It was something different. But that's a good point. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I never want to say I'm an expert because I don't. There's no way of knowing,
And it's interesting you said that they fly, low, like into almost the forest. And that seems to happen a lot with a lot of people just out and about or even just doing investigations. They see that. But now, having said that, have you seen any cryptic creatures with them?
It's funny you say that. I haven't seen, but I've felt something around me. So
okay,
I'm empathic, and it seems like I don't know if it's because this huge, massive awakening is happening that I'm becoming more sensitive or diving into my clairs more, or just more aware that I can believe what I'm feeling is true.
Right.
But I can feel like there's a presence around me, but I have not seen anything. I can feel.
Was it a white presence or a black presence? It was white.
White.
It was a good presence.
Yeah. And I was able to photograph this like kind of mist shape once. Oh. They let me do it once.
Okay.
But I
Jen sees a lot of white presences. They're called polar bears.
Polar bears.
Right, yeah. Especially up here in the north, yes. But now...
Actually, I do have a serious question. You said that before you go out, you like to be in a high frequency state. Mm-hmm. How do you know when you're in a high frequency state? What are the symptoms or the connotations of it?
Happy, excited. Even if I'm having a hard day, I try to breathe and ground myself into the now. Like, I think that's what my guides have been trying to teach me more of now, because there's so much happening that it's hard to not take it on. So they just remind me, even if I have to tell myself I'm in the now, right now, I'm here in this moment right now. And it just settles everything in and brings everything right in. So even if I have to do that, even if I'm having like a hard day, like it's been a really rough month with my mom being sick. So I'll
sorry about that, Maya.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, family illness like that is always very difficult.
Yeah, she's my last parent too.
I'm not trying to be obnoxious or anything here, but you said that you practiced healing energy for like 26 years.
So it's just like Reiki. It's just it all comes from love. It's all centered around that. You
tried it on your mother to try to help her get well? Or
I have.
You would have.
Yeah, I do lots of distance healing. I give her massages at least once a month with Reiki. I'll do the sound bowls.
They're really good, aren't they? The vibrations and the sound bowls. Yeah. And that's true that what they say about the vibrations, they really do heal. I mean, look at cats. When they purr, there's a certain vibration and frequency that they use to help heal themselves and help themselves feel better. And it's a known fact it does heal humans too.
Yeah, definitely.
They
And
definitely do.
they calm people down. The purring calms even people down.
Yeah.
It
They
does.
say that if you're in tune with the earth, as the earth resonates at I can't remember where it is, low. It's a low frequency.
Mhm.
But they said if you're in tune with that really helps your health and that sort of thing. I was just wondering if you had any experience with that.
Oh, definitely. I talk to Gaia every time I go on a walk. There's this one spot where I found some really cool rocks because I'm kind of a rock hound too.
I love rocks too.
Yeah, I'm like, I have too many rocks. I have to eventually bring them back outside because I'm like, okay. I'll sit down and I'll put my hands. Literally, I look like the crazy lady talking to the butterflies and the the stray animals and the wild animals and praying on the ground. And it's right by a road, so anyone who drives by is probably like, is she okay? But yeah, I'll ground my light into her. I'll pray to her. I'll give.
But they say that forest bathing is supposed to be good for the soul, right?
Yeah.
And doctors even recommend it. Just go out and ground yourself out in the woods or wherever. Go to the beach or do something outside, right?
Yeah, it's definitely helps. Like you can feel the difference if you just sit, even just if you 5 minutes, barefoot on the ground. Touch a tree. Once I touched a tree and I sat there and I closed my eyes for like 20 minutes and I opened my eyes and the colors looked brighter. So it definitely had a giant effect.
Well, with regard to Gaia,
go outside.
I was going to say when you're outside, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time with some of that because
What do you mean?
I find it very well. I find it like if I'm by a waterfall or by my pond in the front with a little waterfall.
With the
it's
kitties?
very soothing. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, with the kitties, yeah, definitely with the kitties and the tunnels. But I find it, if you start thinking about it, you realize that lovely garden that you're sitting in that makes you feel so calm is actually a horrible, mean jungle. Insects are eating insects, insects are eating plants, small
But
animals.
just the circle of life,
Or is it the circle of death? Because everyone says, oh, it's the circle of life, but it's all about dying. So
Yeah, nature is cruel. That is right. Nature is cruel. Like I'm constantly yelling at my cats for killing birds and things, and they're just doing what comes naturally to them.
It's funny you mentioned that because on the news tonight when I was watching it, they were talking about how a lot of people are releasing their guppies or their fish, goldfish into waters and rivers, and that's totally affecting the wildlife there. And you think you're doing a good thing, but in actuality, it's a really bad thing to do.
Well, you're doing a good thing for the fish, but not so good for the environment.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. One little insect being, extinct can take the whole ecosystem down in that area, which is crazy. If you think
The
about
ripple effect, right?
But if animals and insects were telepathic and we could hear them, and you stepped out to your garden, what you'd probably be hearing all day long is the screams of little dying insects and all sorts of things. I mean, if you really think about it, the underlying
or the excitement of the things eating the insects, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and the insects are eating each other, and birds are eating the insects, animals are eating the birds. I mean, it's a jungle there,
Yeah.
But I guess, do we just overlook it, or how do we deal with it?
Well, it's all energy, right? It's all about,
Would you call that good energy or bad energy?
It's just a duality of life, and they don't think of things the same way do. I had a profound experience with a praying mantis. This is going to
I like praying mantises, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really love them, but this woman and this male, I'm not going to say woman, this female and male mated, and she did what she does. She bites off the head, but the telepathic message I got from either my higher self or whatever around me was that is that male's purpose in life is to procreate.
Well, I think that purpose sucks. I mean, I'm sure it's like we want to be a male praying mantis.
No, me neither.
Maybe their purpose in life, but if I were a male praying mantis,
but if that's all you know, if you're born to just go procreate and die, and then that's your purpose.
Well, that's what octopus do. Female octopus, they once they lay their eggs and they, blow the water on them to oxygenate them and all that, and once they hatch, she dies.
Yeah.
So basically, women are short, nasty, mean, and brutish. Is that what you're saying?
Just a praying mantis one.
Be careful. You might get your head bit off.
Exactly. I've had my head bitten off a few times by a few women I know. But,
gotta watch out. Some of us women are feisty.
Yeah. Now, about the age of Aquarius, that's supposed to be in full bloom right now. Do you think that has something to do with all these changes taking place right now?
I do. I think that we're in the midst of everything breaking down and being dissolved and changed, and it looks and feels crazy.
And there's a planetary alignment on the go too, isn't there? I want to say.
There's so many all the time, and I think there's going to be like 4 in a row.
I don't see that planetary alignment has any physical effect on the Earth. I mean,
I think the coronal mass ejection from the sun got a lot to do with it.
Well, that affects our atmosphere and radiation levels. Yes, that would have more effect. But again, that's a purely physical effect. I'm not so sure if there's any kind of mental or supernatural quality to that. Although there's one theory that the universe is basically electromagnetic in nature, and that all of the universe is filled with electromagnetic waves, and therefore it's much stronger. And it's a different theory from the other theories of the universe, and I kind of like it because it's kind of true.
Well, and I do see the activity like down on the ground is heavier too. Like I've seen more orbs down here. I've seen a massive shadow person behind me at one point that looked almost solid.
Was that in your house or?
Yeah, I was taking a bath and it was a spiritual bath. So I'm like in there, like, trying to cleanse my aura and my body. And I feel something behind me and I look in the reflection of you're going to think this is nuts, but this is what happened. In the reflection of the nozzle and this shadow person with a hood, a blacked out face, and it had like glitter almost like sparkles around it. And I've come to find out that has something to do with interdimensional beings.
Well, you just said that you were cleansing yourself, so maybe you were successful in cleansing yourself of that thing.
Maybe.
And
not if it showed up, it wasn't. I mean,
well, it could have.
it.
Well, it could have got rid of it, right? Gotten it out of you.
How come she can get rid of it, but I can't get rid of the entity that you stuck me with?
Oh, come on. Have you prayed like I tell you to, or use some sage or anything like that?
I don't really believe in sage. It's just another herb that smokes up the house. It stinks. I don't particularly care for it. There are other herbs I'd rather use, but that's not one of them.
Have you tried to do what Maya just mentioned? Because I was going to mention this about shadow people. They only usually show up in reflection. So if you scry into a mirror or look behind you or look in reflective surfaces and take pictures in reflective surfaces, have you tried doing that to see if it's around?
No, I've never seen one in a mirror. With me, it's always side glances out of my vision, peripheral vision. Yeah, that's where I see them. And I swear sometimes they're real. But I can't prove it because when I turn and look, they're not there.
They're not there yet. They're not allowed to show themselves. So try reflective surfaces, right?
Yeah, like I really want to see them. I want to see a dark figure in a hood behind me in the mirror.
Well, it didn't like being observed. Once it saw that I saw it, it ran through the wall and exited. So
on Spirit Talker all the time, it's forbidden. They're not allowed to tell you their name, and they're not allowed to show themselves, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a powerful thing about names, isn't there? In the Fae world, you don't tell people your name. It's because if you tell them your name, it gives them power over you.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Now, Maya, have you noticed since you've been seeing these lights, have they been showing up more often, or do you think that they've been noticing you more? That, like acknowledging you more and being more interested in you?
I do.
So why?
Yeah, I do think that once we are, once whatever veil is within us calms down and we start to perceive these things, I think that we have some kind of beacon or light upon us that makes everything go, oh my gosh, this one can see. Let's go make ourselves known. I think they want to be known. And I do think that they are coming out more because they know that I'm looking and I'm aware of them. I do.
With shadow people, they have a very negative connotation, don't they? Mostly shadow people.
Yeah, but this one, it startled me, but I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel danger. It was like, oh my God, what is that? but that was
well,
it.
You have power over it. You can tell it like, hey, you're not welcome at my house and blah, blah, blah. But if you start giving it the power and the energy, that's when it starts getting bad, because if we start showing the fear, right?
Right.
Do they feed on fear, do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think most bad entities do, but I don't know that everything that is dark is bad. I don't know that, because I'll see shadow things.
No, darkness in itself is just the absence of light.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Well, that just helps them move around easier, because they can't move around in the light unless they're a light being. But if they're dark, like a spirit, shall we say, then that's what they say. They say we move in the dark. That's how we move around.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They could just be cloaked, and in the bright light, the cloaking doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
So they have to stay to the shadows.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why to this day people, always when they're scared turn on the light, because they know that maybe throughout history we've learned
darkness. Yeah, we've had it ever since caveman days.
Yeah.
I always
and there
thought
must be a reason.
We had the campfire, and as long as we knew the campfire was safe, if you stepped out into the darkness, like to use the bathroom or something, or whatever they did use, that was when a jaguar or a lion or a tiger could attack you. So you had to stay close to the light.
And the boogeyman was always either under the bed or in the closet. And what's that? That's dark, right?
Or the corner of your eye, and the corner, like, just come out. I always yell at them when I see them, like you. Just come out. I'm not going to, I know you're there already, so, yeah.
What do you think they are?
I don't know. They could be anything. They could be interdimensional. They could be extraterrestrial.
I'm thinking interdimensional. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be just watchers checking out stuff.
Because they can walk through walls and do all that kind of stuff. They're not like physically totally in our universe, although they seem to physically be able to interact with us at times.
Yeah, and this thing looked solid. It was darker than a normal shadow kind of apparition. It looked
darker
solid.
than dark. Yeah.
Yes, darker than dark. It looked solid, which was why I was like, "Oh my God, what is in here?" So,
well, if they reflected only like ultraviolet light, they would appear black to us, dark. They would appear as silhouettes rather than as. I mean, it may just be that they're a part of our reality. And just a part that we don't see clearly. Cats can see a little into the ultraviolet, and maybe cats can see them once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think they can. There are times where the cat will see something and I will see it at the same time. And it's like, yes, confirmation. That's not my eyes. You saw that too.
Yeah.
I think they're more magical, if you want to call it that, than dogs. I mean, dogs are too. But I think cats have a reputation for being a mysterious creature, don't they?
They are.
Now, Maya, you had talked about a little bit about DNA. Are you referring to like blood type, or what I was going to ask that. Referring more to? Yeah.
So I am Rh negative. I'm B negative. So
me too. I'm B negative.
You are too?
Yeah.
I do think that it plays a factor. I keep hearing, but I hear some people disagreeing with that, but I do think it's a factor. I don't think it's the whole factor, but I think it plays into it because most people I know have that negative factor in their blood for whatever reason. And it's supposed to be something that isn't like natural to human evolution or something.
It's Rh negative refers to the rhesus factor. That's where the Rh comes from. And that's an ape, of course. And if you don't have it, you don't have that rhesus factor. And there are people on the internet, whole groups, by the way, that say those who are negative, especially like B negative or AB negative or A negative, that were partly descended from the Anunnaki and were therefore royalty. And you can't be a member of those groups unless you are B negative or A negative or AB negative.
Well, that's where I was kind of leading towards. Like I was going to ask you, Maya, do you think that there's a certain type of, shall we say, alien or being that is visiting you? Because there's so many different types, there are the Arcturians, the Greys, the Nordic.
I've gotten confirmation by the flashes in the sky when I ask questions that some of these are coming from the sea.
The sea. Okay.
Under whatever base, whatever world they are is from, and it is coming from the west. So that makes sense to me.
Right.
And some of the constellations I've seen, I'm like, they have to be showing me Taurus and Sirius A and B. Like they'll make one super bright and the other one like barely there, flying together.
So what is your sign?
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries. Okay. I just wondered. I'm Sagittarian.
I'm a cusp. I'm right in the middle of Aries and Taurus.
Oh, are you? How cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of bull.
No, that's cool though, because then you can be
Watch out for my horns.
You're fiery and grounded. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a little bit of both.
Mhm.
Are you
Yeah.
clairvoyant at all?
I don't want to say I'm clairvoyant, but I have a lot of inner knowings. There are stories that I wrote years ago before I knew about any of this that came to be actual stories of things happening to people. I have past life memories. I can read energy. So if I have a little amount of time to dive into someone's energy with their permission, I can dive deep into past lives of theirs. I can, find out information.
That interests me, past lives, because I have memories sometimes, just flashes like images, but they're extremely strong. And sometimes I feel pulled, terribly pulled, like I don't belong here, I belong there.
Yeah.
It's an open feeling, and it's
like in a different era or something.
Yeah.
A different time, a different place, a different circumstance. It's hard to explain, but one time I was in my car and I just started driving aimlessly around here. I was new to the area, and it's quite green, full of forests and trees and hills and driveways. And I know what I was looking for. I was looking for a long driveway that snaked back to a big old Victorian house. And I could quite clearly remember seeing people in like early 1900s dress, like 1910, 1905, the one with the large bonnets and stuff. And they're walking around having some kind of a garden party. And then there's another one where I look and there's a floor-to-ceiling window, old-fashioned kind, like you see in England, that you can open up and step out. And there's all these green grass and these trees that look a little bit like lollipop trees, and it's quite misty. And I've had those memories over and over and over, and I cannot count them. I've never seen.
Sounds like you're stuck in an episode of Bridgerton.
Yeah, definitely sounds like past lives. Yeah, that definitely sounds like what happened.
I look, I'd be a servant rather than one of the nobles. So.
Tell us about your past life one.
Yeah.
Like,
an example?
The first one that I knew, that I recognized as a past life after I figured out more to this, because I've been getting flashes and images of things for a very long time, but I would just be like, that's my imagination, that's nothing, that's whatever.
Yeah, too.
But the very first one that made me open up to all of this in a real sense that I could believe, I was in a cave, and it was a crystal cave, and there was a waterfall, and I could feel the water. I couldn't just see it, I could feel the water, and it was very vivid, and it was Lemuria. It was a crystal cave in Lemuria with a waterfall coming down. And it,
wow.
How do you know it was Lemuria and not, say, Mu or Atlantis?
Those inner knowings, because I do have Atlantis memories too. But this particular one was Lemuria.
Tell us about the Atlantis memory, Maya.
The Atlantis memory is a little dark because it was when the fall happened. So I remember.
Can you describe it a bit?
Yeah, I remember being sucked down into the water, and my partner, the husband or whatever you would call them at the time, was with me. And I had to pull him up out of the water. And we had flying ships that I threw us both into, and I was giant and strong, and so was he, but we were much bigger.
Kind of like Avatar?
Almost. Yeah, almost. But we were blue,
okay.
but we're big. Yeah, we were bigger. So that one was hard because you could hear screaming and crying in the distance. But we could also walk through portals. So we ended up going through a portal. And then again, I could feel it. A portal, to me, when you can walk through it, feels like a mist, some kind of thick water almost. So.
Well, when you walk through a portal, what's on the other side?
Well, I think we went to another time and tried to warn people, if I remember correctly, of what was happening.
Kind of like a Stargate kind of thing?
Yeah. Something. Yeah.
Now, was it a past life memory, or was this something, I'm trying to...
This was a flash.
I'm trying to box it in if you don't want
to. Yeah. It's a past life memory. It was flashes of things put together.
I had a flash where I was walking in a field with a whole line of people along a road. It was like a moor. It was green, but it was wet, rainy, and cold. And I think I was a woman because I was wearing a scarf, like a babushka, like the Russian ladies wear.
Mhm.
And I was wearing a long skirt. So either I was Scottish or I was a woman. But I remember we were very afraid. And when I flashed out of it, I could have sworn that it was in Poland, and I was fleeing along with a bunch of other refugees from the advancing Germans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was just a flash. So my past lives aren't anything spectacular. They seem to be maybe melodramatic, but
And
it's not like,
do these happen like when you're asleep and you're waking up, or you're having like you're tired during the day and you're not often this happens, or when?
it's usually when I'm listening to my meditation self-hypnosis tapes.
Mhm.
Okay. How about you, Maya?
Both. Sometimes it'll hit me out of nowhere. Just like, what?
Yeah,
You know?
just come at you kind of thing. Like a
And
deja vu.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
well, the flashes are like you could just be in a certain situation, a certain smell or sight seems to bring back a certain
Memory.
just a flash of a memory, but quite vivid. But
yes.
with the meditation, it's usually longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
and
always had a
sometimes I'll
fear
be
of
in my
suffocation and not being able to breathe. And one time
Mhm.
when I was listening to my meditation tape, I always tend to go to sleep and then do my self-hypnosis. I don't know why. I get relaxed and I sleep. But
Yeah.
just before I fell asleep, I remember, or think I remember, being a baby on a bed and someone was smothering me with a pillow.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then when I woke up, I wasn't afraid of suffocation anymore. It was like it went away. And I always used to be really afraid of not being able to breathe.
Mhm.
But I put it down to my mother having asthma and her not being able to breathe. And so I developed a phobia about it. But whatever this was that happened to me in that meditation took that fear away, just like that. It was amazing. I got to ask you about your wall. What is on your wall? It looks like it's painted. Is your wall painted like this?
Yeah, I was just going to start talking about the backgrounds. I always like to ask about people's backgrounds.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
like
a bookshelf?
creative and artistic, but it's blue and I put gold feathers all over it. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Mine is all
Behind you, up on the
Egyptian.
top over your head, you mean? The feathers there?
Oh, that's feathers. That's a pretend plant that looks like feathers.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably not a pretend plant. It's probably a real one. It's just a
Yeah,
dry.
it's show and tell time. What else you got back there?
I've got an eclectic of stuff. Okay, I've got my fairies because I see those too.
Oh, well, bring out one of your fairies.
Is that a Thailand picture up on the wall behind you there?
That is a Thailand. Yep, Thailand rice paper. The story of the
Bahamar?
Yeah,
Bahamatra?
Sorry, yeah. One of my little.
Oh, I like it. It looks like a sprite.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty.
cute.
Yeah. I actually had an experience where one flight across in my face not too long ago, maybe a week ago, and it was glowing and it was gold. And
Really?
it wasn't just a picture of it. It wasn't just an orb. I was asking for something to take the heaviness away, and it almost, 10 seconds later.
One of the fays came over.
Yeah. I was like, thank you. Sometimes I just show
Do you ever
some
see
support.
faces in the orbs? Like, do you ever see a face inside the orb? My
Sometimes.
editor at Alien Skin went to Casadega, Florida, and she took pictures of this place that's supposed to be haunted. It was like an asylum, and there were orbs, and you could clearly see faces in them. And this was before Photoshop was really anything, so I think it was an actual photo, and I trust her anyway. So, yeah. Do you ever see faces in the orbs?
Sometimes the ones down here, I haven't seen any up in this. Those are too far away to see anything but light.
And
but
you're
yeah,
not wandering through Humboldt County when you're doing any of this, are you?
No. The most I do is now coffee. I've switched from tea to coffee. I don't even drink.
I do the decaf coffee because it smells like coffee,
Oh,
tastes
yeah?
like it. But,
Yes, but
you
it
know?
doesn't have life extension quality. Coffee it's a life extender. Did you know that?
Really?
Studies have shown
cool.
it. Yeah, it extends
I
your
thought
life.
it just made me short. That's why I'm 5'3". I don't know.
Well, that's what your parents tell you. It'll
I
stunt
know.
your growth. Yeah.
All those wives' tales. Yeah.
How about you, Rob? A show and time and tell what do you got back there?
Oh, all my stuff's Egyptian. I have an antique mummy. And a daddy. No.
Uh,
I have a 1920s little mummy. Over there is an actual antique. I have my registered Irish linen print King Tut up on the wall over here, which you can't see.
No.
And I have all Egyptian prints and hieroglyphics. I don't know why, but I'm very attracted to the Egyptian and the Roman.
Oh, we were doing a show, and then on the last show, Maya, he asked, "Is AI evil?" on the dowsing rods, and two different sets of rods said yes, didn't they, Rob?
I think AI can be evil, but I don't think Alexa's evil. Are you,
It
Alexa?
said his Alexa was evil.
Oh, I think that it can be too. I think it is what you treat it and how you speak to it. I think how you use it is what it'll manifest to
They
be.
say you're not supposed to say
True.
thank you and stuff like that because it really eats up extra data unnecessarily. But I always think one day they may rule the world, so I'm not going to tick off.
So what's the weirdest thing that your Alexa's ever said to you? Do you want to ask it something weird, Maya, and see what it says? Or does it only respond to your voice, Rob?
If she says it loud enough, you should hear her. She has to start the sentence with Alexa, though. I have to be
All
able.
right. Maya, ask Alexa something strange.
Okay. Are you ready?
We're
Alexa.
I'm not going to hear you because I have
you have
earbud.
headphones.
I'll relay the message, though.
Well, she can repeat. Yeah, you can ask the question and he can repeat it.
Ask Alexa if she has any past life memories.
Oh.
Alexa, do you have any past live memories?
It got very quiet.
No comment.
Alexa, do you have any past life memories?
Well, I was born on November 6, 2014, so my entire existence has been one continuous digital life.
Alexa, are you sentient?
No reincarnation here, just some...
Does it have any siblings?
Alexa, do you have any siblings?
Alexa's a bit slow tonight.
It's the bath. No, it's answering. It's in the bathroom. It's answering.
process.
Oh, it's answering from the bathroom.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, do you love me?
Oh my God. It got very quiet.
It's going to do it. It's
I respond.
Alexa, do you love me?
Do you have one of those, Maya? I don't have it.
Adapt.
No, I just
Well,
have the
that's
chat GPT on the phone.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
It does love me in a way that it can.
Oh.
Alexa, shut up. That
Did
was a
you
bit
just tell
rude.
it to shut up? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
I gave it a
funny.
male voice because the female voice, I mean, they're okay, but I just feel more comfortable with a male voice. I mean, when you're walking around in your boxer briefs and all of a sudden someone talks to you, you don't want it to be a woman that you don't know, right?
Right?
Maybe you do.
We didn't talk about Echoes Beyond the Veil. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, Echoes Beyond the Veil is a little show I started on my channel. Sadly, I haven't had enough time or energy to do another one, but I plan on doing another one. It's just been talking to people about their paranormal experiences, their beliefs, healing, and if they have any like talents like music, I'll have them play if they want to do it live. I love music. I think music is like one of those universal languages that anything.
What kind of music do you like?
I like all kinds of music. Rock
too.
music.
Now, you said you played music to the lights. What kind of music did they respond to?
So like they like Bob Marley.
Really? Okay.
I have this.
Bob Marley.
Yeah, they have this channel on Pandora called Happy or something, Happy Music or whatever, and it's a lot of like satsang. Have you heard of that group? It's like a newer reggae style, but it's like high vibrational, awakening, all about being sovereign. But it's really good music.
So they
I like the
certain
classic reggae. I
gigahertz.
like the reggae of Bob Marley, that kind of reggae. I like the
Yeah,
I love that beat, and I love it when they use the steel drums. You can't help yourself. You just have to start going in time.
yeah. It makes you think of summer and sun.
It does. It does. Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
It's cheerful.
So is only a certain megahertz that they like, you think?
I don't know. I think they like the upbeat, happy, like good good messages kind of music, because I also played Imagine by, what is it, John Lennon? Imagine all
the people. Yeah.
They like
that's
that
a happy
song.
one.
Yeah. So songs
I
about
was going to ask you something about the you were talking about how you relate to all this stuff. Can you give me some kind of a compilation of your world viewpoint based on everything you've experienced? I mean, like, do you feel upbeat about the future? Do you feel it's going to be traumatic? Do you feel like you're one with the universe, or do you feel like we're all out of step lately, or what do you feel?
Well, I think that we're always all connected, all from the same thing. And no matter how bad or good you are, I think you're still from the same thing, having that certain experience. And it could be you're a terrible monster, or you're some kind of, walking God. It doesn't matter. We're all from the same thing, having a different experience. I do believe that we're connected. But right now, I think we're in like one of the hardest points for us to change into a different reality. I do think I have hope. I have hope and belief that the future is good, and that we will eventually get to, some kind of a golden age, or new earth, or I'm not a new ager per se, but I do have faith that this is a breaking down of the old to make something better, because it has to change. Like, nothing we're doing works, makes sense, is good for any of the humans here. And I think that we're all starting to see that. And I think some of the bad stuff that's coming out is awful and terrible. Like, it's gross.
Well, it's a bit like birthing, maybe. It's painful, difficult, it's messy, but the end result is good. Usually.
Yeah, but it's
most of the D-Day veterans are just about gone. They're in their hundreds or 90s. So when they're gone, people are going to forget what actually happened. We really don't want that to happen again, do we?
No.
Oh, but we will, because we forget.
That's the thing. Humanity does forget. So
and they forget quickly. You ask,
and that's why you call it Remembrance Day, right?
And they don't remember. They on YouTube, they watch where they interview these kids graduating from college and high school, and on the streets like in LA, and they ask them who fought in World War II.
They don't know.
Can't tell you. They can't tell you one leader from World War II. They don't even know what the war was about.
They don't like the history.
World War I and the Civil War. They don't know who fought. They don't know it was the North against the South. They don't know who won or who lost. And these are graduates. They were picking on graduates, and I found it scary as heck.
Well, let's hope what Maya says. Let's bring back the golden years, the good old days, and the way it was before.
Is
everybody.
I
don't know. What do you think?
What'd you say? I'm sorry. What was the
question?
Bring
back the good old days.
Do you think you want to bring back the good old days, or do you?
I think we need to be more organic based, more into nature, less distracted by the mess that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I think the 90s and the 80s were like the best time. I mean, that's because I'm a Generation Xer, though. So
I like the 80s a lot.
Yeah, it was a good time. We need to have
the movie. Was a Hot Tub Time Machine where they go back to the 80s?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do a Hot Tub Time Machine and go back to the 80s.
If the interdimensionals get here and the extraterrestrials, can we please have a field trip in the craft? If we start actually being, co-living.
I couldn't get the laugh to stop.
Well, that's a good thing.
Oh my gosh.
I also think it's important that all of us write. Like you've written, I don't know how many books, but one of my things is I'm in a writer's group, and we're all motivating each other to get a book written by the beginning of the year. I think it's important that we all record our experiences and our life stories down on something that isn't, digital, because we do forget. And I think it's important to remember how the things were before they all changed, because they are changing. So
that's right. What are we going to do if there's a massive EMP? I mean, all you're going to have left is books, right?
Yep.
DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a collection of DVDs and CDs. I don't play them anymore, but I have them. They're digital. They're
Yeah.
not magnetic, right? Now, magnetic tape might get blanked out, like reel-to-reel tape recorders, but I don't think CDs and DVDs would.
No, I don't think so.
So, do you guys want to start doing some shout outs on where people can find your work? Maya, do you want to start?
Okay, yeah. You can find me at Miya Starfire on Facebook and Miya Starfire on YouTube, and that's all I've got for now.
Thanks so much again for being on UPRN, United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in Netherlands and 105.3 FM on that Gulf. And Rob, do you want to give a shout out to all your folks?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask Maya, do you have any books out? I wouldn't mind reading some of them.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. So hopefully by the beginning of the year I will. Yeah.
And as for me, you can get anything on Google. Just Google my name, Rob Shelsky. Everything comes up. Or Amazon. I'm on there. Bermuda Press, Simon & Schuster, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like that.
Well, thanks you guys for being on the show again. And I hope you guys have a great August. That's a high summer for us over here in Newfoundland. That's when our summer really starts, around that time. So everybody follow Maya and follow Rob. You're going to love them both. And we're going to leave you with some Bog Team dance music.
Through the mist, finding every hole.